This is week 1 of our level 2 basics and beyond for Fat Chance Belly Dance format. If you have any questions on anything we covered today in class, you can shoot me an email at irietravel@yahoo.com. And for more information on classes, visit www.irietravel.com/class-info. Have a good time, keep drilling, and I will see you next week.
So, this is week 1. Woo! It always seems like week 5 is so far away that all of a sudden it's week 5. But we're at week 1, and like I said last time, we are going to slow it down a little bit because last session we got a little fast with the spins and the turns and the more spins and more turns. And then when we were done with all that, we spun and turned some more. So I figured it's a good time to slow it down and let us all regroup. So I posted the board in the new September page. So it should say, you got an invite to it, it'll say September FCBD and whatever the class is behind it. So look for your new page and look for your group invite, it'll be there. But the board is up there. So today we're going to be working on our torso twist, we're going to be working on our circle step, we're going to be working on our Camel 1 with the finisher of the Bodywave and the torso twist. And we're also working on the baby camel. I love the baby camel. I don't do it that often, and I should, but I don't. So we're going to do it today. So I'm going to go ahead and put on a slow song. We'll do a little bit of stretching and a lot of moving, and get started. If you have any questions during it, if you guys need to unmute yourselves to ask your question, please feel free to do that. If you want to hold it to the end, it's entirely up to you. I know that the torso twist and the circle step are challenging steps for people, so I really want you to understand it. So if there's anything you have questions on it, or why am I doing something a certain way, stop me and I can get the question answered. Thanks for joining me. Okay. The circle step, you're going to be coming off your center quite a bit, and it's going to be pretty taxing on our backs. So I want to make sure that those are nice and protected. So to make sure they're nice and protected, I want to review posture just one little tiny bit. Whenever you are doing your standing move, make sure you're in posture. It's always that knees nice and bent into that front left corner. Your pelvis tilted forward. Your intercostal muscles here, your rib muscles, lace them in and then raise your chest up. And you're elongating through your abs here. So you're bringing them in and then up. Okay, so when you say lift your chest, it's not a lift your chest. It's more of a lift your chest, and it's actually lifting from here. So you're engaging all of that core. Rolling your shoulders into your back here. And then instead of twisting so you open to your audience, what you're actually going to do is take this lat muscle here and pull your arm back, and that's going to open you up to your audience. It might feel a little weird, because if I'm here, and then I just pull open, what's going to happen is my left boob is going to be at 12 o'clock. It's not a center boob. Between my boobs will be at this 11, and then this one will be kind of over here. So you're here instead of doing this, which twists your back, and you want to make sure there's opening and keeping that lower back nice and strong and nice and firm. One little tip that I want to give you, when you are standing in your performance angle or your posture in general, all of our movements, for the most part, the energy comes out of the ground, up our feet, through our body, and shoots out our fingertips, right? So if you lift up your toes, even when you're just standing here in this performance angle, what that's going to do is ground you down. So if you notice, if you stand regular with your toes down, you tend to lean a little forward. So when you bring your chest back, you arch. See how I arched? But if I bend my knees, lift my toes, that shoves all my weight into the back of my foot. So when I lift my chest now, instead of going forward to lift my chest, it actually just goes up and down, and there's no arch here. So I want to see if lifting your toes will work during the torso twist, just to see if it helps to stabilize you. Okay, because I don't want to hurt anybody. So the torso twist and the circle step, you've heard them called hearts and beans. So the torso twist is your upper body, lower body is nice and in your performance angle. Lift up your toes, just an experiment. Here. Arms are here at your tabletop. So what you're going to do is you're going to move your upper body off of the center, forward to the left. So you're here. You're going to start with your left side. You're going to go 1 into that left front corner. You're going to go 2 into the back left corner. Slide around to 3, which is your back right corner, and then slide up to 4, which is your front right corner, right hand, and then bring it back to neutral. All right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral. Bend your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral. So if I do it facing you, and I actually just did it with my toes up, it kind of worked. Don't perform like this. Or do. If you do, I want to know about it. Okay, so here, toes up, knees bent, performance angle here. I like to call our regular performance the default performance angle. So it's like, go back to default mode. So 1, toes are still up. 2, back left corner. 3, back right corner. 4 is that front right corner, and then come back to center. So what's happening is your upper body is moving into those 4 points and then sliding itself back to center, or neutral, however you want to word it. Your arms are doing a great big arm undulation over that movement. So just shoulders here, hands on your shoulders here, we'll go, and right front or left front corner, back left, back right, front left or front right, and then neutral. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're going along the back plane, that 2 and 3, lift your chest. That's going to take a little pressure off your back as well. So if you're here, 1, lift my chest, 2, 3, 4, and then I bring it back down to my neutral. So 1, lift my chest, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. It's going to give the illusion that your torso twist is bigger than it actually is because you're bringing your chest up and you're bringing your chest down when you go to finish. The other thing you want to remember to do is keep it in your legs, okay? So what I mean by that is not propel yourself up, hence the toes up, but keep your legs bent here. So if I do it sideways, ooh, look at my legs. So if I do it sideways here, it's going to go 1, 2. See how I'm bending into my legs here? Chest is going up, I'm bending into my legs here. 3, 4, and then I'm coming back to neutral. So I don't straighten my leg by any means ever. What I do is when I get 1, 2, I actually bend them a little bit more. And then come around, 3, 4, and then go ahead here, coming back to your default setting. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for your fluidity portion of that, so years ago, Caroline had said the visual, and this one might help. So the torso twist is the top, and the circle step is the bottom. So imagine yourself being a potted plant, and this portion of your body, your lower half of your portion, is just kind of stuck there, right? And then your plant is blowing in the wind. But you just don't want it to let it blow all willy-nilly. So it's like your arms are the leaves, and you are the beautiful stem, like a flower, right? So I added that. I'm a dork. So we're here. So your arms are the flower, are the leaves. So we're going to float up with one portion of the arm undulation, come back, all the way back. Now we're going to do the arm undulation on the right side and come down. So if you look at what your arms are actually doing, they're basically going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of times what will happen is you'll see people adding a default or a go-to arm undulation in the middle, because what will happen is they won't finish this right front side. So they'll go 1, 2, 3, and all of a sudden over here, and then finish this. So you have to make sure that you're curving on the left, and then curving on the right, and then coming back into your center. Okay, and it's a slow movement, so there's really no count, but I like to draw them out for at least 8 counts. But again, it's going to depend on the music bed. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reach, chest up, bend those knees. 5, 6, back to neutral. Reach, chest up, bend your knees. Up, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you come back, so this is your 5, 6, 7, 8. So you shouldn't feel the need then to have a 5, 6, 7, 8 and then fill it in, because it's already there. You don't have to fill it in. If you want to add one in there to add a little bit of zhuzhy floatiness, you can totally do it. But don't add it in there because you feel like something's missing. Okay? So now we're going to draw it. Now, any questions on that? I know last session, Margaret had said that she was taught to do it with the right shoulder into the left corner. I don't know. I tried that myself. I don't know what that's about. So we're going to pretend like that is not a thing. Okay? Because it's not. But, yeah. That would just make it a lot harder. Just remember, always lead with your body. And we got it fixed, and we're all good. Okay, so we're going to move it down into our lower body. So, the torso twist and the circle step are sister moves, or brother moves, or person moves. They go hand in hand. That's all I'm going to say. It's the same thing. So where the torso twist is a heart here, the torso or the circle step is more like a neck pillow or a kidney bean, however you want to think about it. So you're here, knees bent, same default performance angle here. It's done with one arm up, your left arm in the left corner, and your right arm on your hip. You lead with your left hip to the back left corner, not straight back. Sometimes you'll see this straight back and then go. It is the back left corner we're leaving. So back left corner, slide it around to the front left corner, switch hips, front right corner, sweep around, back left corner, and then pop it back to neutral. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one again, if you do it with your toes up, it's going to help because it's going to stop you from trying to lean into your toes. Go in the heels just for practice. You don't have to perform like that. Alright, so the circle step, when you're doing a couple things. When you get to your 2 and your 3, you have to flip your hips. Alright, so you come 1, 2, and then right here, instead of going 3, 4, 5, because nobody really wants to see that, right? You go 1, 2, now watch, flip. And you put your right hip in that right front corner, 3, 4, and then whoop, 5 goes back to your neutral. You're gonna feel like you're wobbly off of your center because you are. So if my body's here, my lower body is moving under my upper body that's trying to stay in one place. So just like with the torso twist, we're keeping this all in one. Now this, we're keeping this, and we're moving our hips without doing this. Okay? Sometimes you'll see this kind of as a happen where this is too much hip. you really want to make sure that everything is moving as a core. So upper body stays where it's at, and you're going to lean slightly back into that left corner. 1, around 2, switch your hips, 3, 4, and then back to neutral. So 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral. 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 So there is not an additional toxin. People ask me that all the time, where they'll say, after I go here, 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 do I go toxin, toxin, toxin to get myself back in place? The answer is no. You should do just like with your torso twist, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your 5 here is your neutral, and that's where you stop. There's no need to add that extra toxin as long as you finish this back section. So for the torso twist, it's that front right section. For the circle step, it's the back right section that people don't like to finish. So there's something about the right side that's just a thing. You do one hand floreo over the whole thing. For me, I will always keep my hand off to the side here because I want to make sure that people behind me can see. So we're here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral. 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 Sometimes you'll see a little bounce. Not wrong. It's like an and or a comma in a sentence, so it's kind of like it attached it. So if you know you're going to do more than one torso, or this is not a torso, if you're going to do more than one circle step, it's okay to add that little thought in there and then go around. So if you're here, it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral, pop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral, and pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That, I will usually do that before I start turning it into thirds, which we're going to do. It's kind of a tell that, hey look, something's happening. So I'm going to put a song on, and we're going to do, we're not going to do the whole song because it's like an 8-minute song, but we're going to do some of the song with the circle step, torso rotation, and circle step. My brain is crooked today.
It's all over the place.
your circle step. I wanted to call it a torso twist, but I wasn't going to. Top seam straight into your circle step. Might be a little tricky if your top seam is not on point. Most people's top seam are by now, but if they are not, when you're doing your top seam, remember it is down, scoop it up, down, scoop it up, down, scoop it up, down, scoop it up. So it's that side to side to side to side. So in level 1, we always talk about making sure that that top seam is an infinity sign and not turning it into 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what our hips want to do because this is cool, right? So this is a natural flow for our hips to do. So when you're doing, I like to go between my top seam and my circle step continuously to mess with my hips because they don't like to always be nice to me, right? So when you're in your top seam here, hip, and then your arm out, and you're going top seam, top seam, top seam, top seam, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Top seam, top seam, top seam, top seam, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go into your top seam. So I like to do that because sometimes, especially if it is the music is moving you or it's not one of those movements that you hit a whole lot, it will have your hips feel the directions they're supposed to go. So if you just continually go through, and I did a whole song like that, and it was the dumbest thing I ever did ever because it was not good the next day. I was like dragging myself. But I guarantee you, I'm never going to mess that up again. So make sure that lateral, figure 8 here, and then when you're doing your circle step, not torso twist, back, and then back it into your center. Okay, so we're going to turn these really quick. Actually, I'm going to do the camel. I'm going to add the camel to everything, and then we're going to go ahead and turn them into 3 points. All right, so we talked about our camel step, camel 1. It can be finished with your body wave or your torso twist. Either one is fine. It's not a huge torso twist. It's more of a, look at me, I'm getting back onto my center. Okay, so here. You're going to kick your right foot out and step out a little bit. You're going to bring that left foot out to the left. You can put it in the back, you can put it in the side, doesn't matter. Follow your foot on the right foot. If you can't stay on the ball of your foot on the right foot and you go flat-footed, nothing bad will happen, okay? So you're here, and then you're going to bring your left foot back to your center, and then you're just slowly going to put yourself back onto your center by pushing it with your right foot. So basically, you're stepping out a little bit, you're stepping out to the left, you're putting your left foot back to your center, and then you're just simply placing yourself back onto center. Be careful with your left foot here. If you do this, see how my body automatically will turn this way? It doesn't matter how much I force it to go this way. Your body's going to go in the direction your toes are pointing. So just toe touch for your left foot. There's really no weight on that foot at all. It's just kind of hanging out there to make sure you don't fall over, like I just did, and then back, and then out. So careful your feet. Arms, you can start them here, and you can plunge down, switch arms, left arm down, left leg out, right arm down, bring it back to your center, and then torso twist back to your center. Again, you can start up here if you'd like, and plunge your arm down, and plunge your arm out, step it back onto center, and gradually torso twist that back onto your center. You're not doing a true torso twist, like I said, it's more of a action that's putting you back onto your center. So if you do here, here, you notice here, since I have to move back, this is technically my one. One, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, here, this is my one of my torso twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you don't have to stretch way out for one, okay? And don't shorten your one either. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you go on to, if you do your body wave out of your camel step, your angle is the only thing, your angle and your arm are the only two things that are going to show you that you're going to be doing the body wave as opposed to the torso twist. So the torso twist is done here, or the torso twist. The camel is done here in that secondary performance angle, so it would be 11 o'clock. And our foot is coming forward on the 12, okay? So our camel is done here, and our foot comes forward on the 12 o'clock there. And then we land it back at 11 o'clock. So for the camel to do the body wave, you have to go from 11 o'clock here. You have to move forward on your 12 o'clock with your chest still in your 11 o'clock performance angle. Go out, put your foot here, and then put yourself into that default 10 o'clock performance angle. So you're going to go from 11 o'clock, step forward on the 12, find your body wave back at 10. So here, so step off, step out, body wave performance angle here. Step off, step out, body wave performance angle here. Step out, step off. Oh, I just fucked that up. Ooh, I just messed it up. Sorry! I meant to do the torso twist. I meant to leave that word. Sorry. Sorry here. 1, step off, step out, and then torso twist here, and this is your 11 o'clock here. So step out, bring it here, and then come into your body wave right here. Sorry about that. All right, so watch your angles on that, and you will be golden. So for the baby camel, we're going to do the baby camel, then we'll drill it all. Baby camel is done in your 10 o'clock default performance angle here. It is done with your left arm out, right arm at your hip. You're going to step into your left corner, out with your left foot, glancing kind of at your elbow here, glance, and then step back, and then body wave yourself back onto your center. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good? So you want to make sure when you're doing it, though, you're not all the way facing in that corner. So if this is our default performance angle here at the 10 o'clock, it's step up. I'm still paying attention to my audience here. I'm here, and I'm glancing into that left corner. And then here, I'm still in my performance angle that's appropriate for a body weight. Coolio? That one does not finish in anything other than the body wave. We don't go up, down. We don't do that. So the baby camel, hip, one arm out, finish in the body wave, done that performance, that 10 o'clock performance angle in the corner, and then only body wave finishes. Questions? Comments? Concerns? No? Okay. Music. My dogs are running around outside. Like you're protecting that lower back, because that's what we're going for. We're going for giving you a firm base to move on top of, and then protecting that spine and your back and your chest. So sometimes you'll see the camel step done with a step and it goes directly right under you here. This actually is going to give you less stability, and what you want is stability. So hips, knees, toes, everything should be aligned underneath you. So when you step out, if I'm coming out a little bit, what I'm doing is right now, when I'm up on my balls of my feet, the weight is distributed equally over both feet. So my body doesn't feel unstable and it doesn't feel unsafe. So when I come out, I have all my weight under this foot, and I'm putting a little bit, kind of a kickstand over there, bringing it back, all my weight, and then pushing yourself back on to your base, just to make sure you have a nice solid base. So always remember, nothing can be built unless it has a super strong foundation. So if you feel wobbly, just stop and fix your feet. That's usually the easiest thing to do. And like I said, if you land up going flat foot, it's fine. Life will go on, guaranteed.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
You'll just go over where the arms are positioned to get into the camel, the first camel, because I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm a little bit further away, and I'm wearing my glasses too. How do you know whether you could start with arms out to the side, or they should be up and towards the ceiling?
Okay, so the question, I'm going to repeat the question for the camera because it will make no sense to anybody over here. So the question was basically, where do my arms start with for the camel? So you have options, okay? So you can start with your arms out to the sides. So if you're doing your arm undulation here, just slow your arms and drop your right arm down. Left arm comes up, float it there, and then out, and then torso rotation back to your center. If you bring your arms up and your arms are up here, you're more than welcome to start your camel here, and all you would do is just plunge your right arm down because your left arm's already up there, and then go ahead and switch, and then come out into your torso rotation there. So you can really do either one. It's just going to depend on where you are in your movement. So if you're here with your movement and you want to stay there, it's perfectly fine to plunge, plunge, come across. If you've done, say, your pulse turn here, and you come around, and your arms are above your head, and you want to go into your camel, that's perfectly okay too. The only thing you have to make sure that you're doing is that you're floating your arms and not putting your arms. And what I mean by that is, if my arms are out here, I don't want to go, huh. You know what I mean? And plunge down, so I don't want to be like, bam! You want to take it so it's a little bit more fluid, and you notice that fluidity is coming from my wrists and my forearms and my hands. So you can start here, you can start here, either one is fine.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, so much. You're welcome. Alright, so now we're going to get into some tricky, fancy footworks. And I'm going to shush. So, T-steps is all you need to know for today. So, for your T-step, now 1 second. Thank you. Good on time. Okay, I still got 12 minutes. I wanted to make sure I had enough time. Alright, so your T-step. While you're turning your torso rotation, you will T-step to the left. When you're turning your circle step, you will T-step to the right. It's the same T-step, just different direction. A T-step is simply, when you're going to the left, you're going to take your right foot, tee it over your left toes. So if you look down, it looks kind of like a wonky T. And then you're going to straighten up. And you're going to be pointing at that back left corner. Ta-da! Now you're going to T yourself again. T, and you're going to let your right foot follow. And now you're in that back right corner. This is the tricky one, is getting from your back right corner all the way up there to your front left, because we don't do anything with this right side. I don't know why. So you T-step here, and then you open, step, step. So it goes back to the thing I said about when I was doing the camel step. I said if you point your foot back that way, your body's going to want to go that way. So if you're T-stepping, and I do this, and I release my left foot, my body's automatically going to turn that direction. Watch. It wants to fix itself. So T and fix. So we're here. Okay? We're going to turn to our left. T-step. And straighten out back left corner. Yay! T-step. And straighten out back right corner. Yay! T-step. And we're going to turn our right foot or our left foot all the way around and then come back to here. So when you're coming from the back right corner to the front left, you have to T-step it like you normally would, and then you're going to release it, step your left foot pointing into your left front corner, and then you're just going to bring your right foot over. So it's kind of like a little extra step, but it really doesn't amount to much. So we're here. One more time, and then we're going to add our upper body. So T-step, release, back right or back left corner. T-step, release, back right corner. T-step, release, step, step. Okay. All right. So now comes the tricky part. We're going to add our upper body to our T-step. But we'll be amazing. So we're here. Your first portion, your T-step, and your one are one and the same. So your body angle for this, my performance angle here, you're gonna look like this. Okay? So if you see yourself in the mirror and you look like this, you're doing it right. Okay, so you're here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, neutral here. So by the time you get into your corner, you'll only be on number 2. You're going to finish 3, 4, and then roll back into neutral while you're facing that corner. Okay, so we're going to do it to that back right corner. So T-step 1, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and neutral. So 1 is your setup for your turn. So it's 1, you're getting into the corner on 2. Once you're in the corner, it's 3, 4, and neutral. So 1's your turn, 2's your corner, 3, 4, and finish. 1's your turn, 2's getting you into your corner, 3, 4, and finish. So if you are getting into your corner and you're already on like 3 into 4, you're going too fast. And just slow it down, and you should be A-okay. Do some more. Okay, over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, neutral step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, neutral T-step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, neutral T-step. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, neutral. Cool. That one just feels weird, but eventually it becomes a natural flow. The next one feels even weirder. So is there any questions on that one? All right. So going to the right, that way. It's a little trickier, so I'll do it facing you. So if this is my default performance angle, right, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral, right, and when I get that way, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, neutral. Okay? So it's the same count as far as that goes. So your 1 is your turn, 2 will find you in the corner, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will get you back into your neutral position. So that little hop, hop, and will be your and 1. Okay? So we're here. So we're just going to do feet to the left. That's the right, I promise. So T-step. T-step, open to the back right corner. So you're going from the left front to the back right. Now you're going to T-step again, and you're going to open up to the back left corner. You're going to T-step again, and you're going to open up to the front default angle. So on your torso twist, we went back left, back right, overshot the front right, and went back to our front right, or front left. For this one, we hit back right. We don't do anything with this front right, back left, and then front left. I don't know what it is about this front right corner, but we don't do much there. I'm going to create a move just for that corner, but I feel bad for it. So we're here. Performance angle down, and T-step, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. T-step, come to the front, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So we're going to add all of our goodness to it. Alright, so 1 in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. T-step 1, find your corner on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. T-step 1, find your corner on 2, switch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to that front, find your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you are turning to the right, do the T-step when you're doing this torso or the circle step. If you're doing this and here, it's actually harder. If you're trying to turn here and go like this, here and here, you're not as stable because that T-step actually gives you a base you have to do a step into. That heel, if you're doing a heel, what you're going to end up doing is turning on your heel and your toe. So it's going to be heel, toe, finding your corner, and then here. That might be another reason if you're doing that. If you're adding, either you're finishing too quickly and finding you have to add a lot of tuck seams in there, you might be doing the heel. Don't do the heel. Give yourself nice firm base, open up into it. Okay? On both the circle step and the torso twist. Questions? Because we're going to start drilling. Last of class when we all drilling. enhancing all the loopy-loops and all the dance movements with a fluid and graceful movement. So torso twist with that circle, the 3 points. Oh, the torso twist and the circle step, you can do them in halves too. So remember the flock of birds rule, to where the person who can't see is the leader. So if you have the intentions of doing a 3-point turn, but the person here in this third point decides, oh no, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to half turn, it's perfectly okay. Usually for duets, I definitely do half turns. For trios and quartets, I'll go ahead and do the 3 points. But on both the torso twist and the circle step, got that right, they can go ahead and do 3-point turns as well as half turns. So if there is anything that you have questions on, and you go back and you watch the videos and you still have questions, you can type them to me, you can message them to me. Chances are I will share them with the group because someone else might have the same question. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys more than you know. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, it's Tuesday, and I will see you next week or later on this week, depends if you take classes.